Howdy folks, TJ here. How you doing today? Actually, no, this is a dreaming video that I'm talking about. Daydreaming about going to UK one day. So maybe I should have started out with one of those faux beginnings that I'm daydreaming. And if I'm a dude, I'm probably going pure quiet now. Or if I was a girl, I'd be a real ugly girl. I'd be swooning over that boy in class or whatever going... So stupid. It's Friday, day off, and I had some dreaming to do. And why is that? Because town's like 25 minutes that way. I live out in the country or in the mountains, lower mountains of California. So going to town means a 25-minute drive that way and another 25 minutes back, which gives you time to think. And on my way, let me grab this over here. What is most of my dreaming about these days? And what started it is the Spectrum Next computer. It has really catapulted my last 2 years for train of thought, what excites me. Retro computing. I've been into it for a long time. I mean, I've been using computers since the 70s. And I purchased my first Atari. And then over the years, on and off, kind of playing around with old computers. But I would say... these last 2 years, I've been the heaviest into it, where I've dug in the deepest. I've purchased some computers that are key to what I'm doing, both personally and for YouTube channel and all that. And it's been a lot of fun. And I'm meeting a lot of great folks. Like I've said before, the fun computers are wonderful, but it's the people I meet along the way, and I'm meeting a hell of a lot of them. So I was daydreaming on my way home, and I was saying, Michelle and I, she's my wife, Michelle, yeah, I'm married. I've been married over 30 years now, so either I'm doing something right or wrong. You tell me. So we would like to take a big trip one day. Michelle and I are not world travelers. She's been only out of the country, I think, once or twice as a kid, and about the same for me. As a kid, I went to Vancouver, BC. And as an adult, Michelle and I took a cruise, and we went to Ensenadas one time, which is down in Mexico. And then we went on an Alaska cruise, so we got to go to Vancouver again. Those are the only time we've stepped out of USA soil, right? And it's not much of a step. And so we've never been overseas, never been to Europe, never been to any of that. So we've always kind of said, one day we need to save up for that big trip. And we've both kind of agreed that big trip for us, or at least the first one, hopefully we could take more than one, would be the United Kingdom. And we would love to travel that whole area, England, Scotland, Ireland, and all the surrounding area as a really big trip for us. We don't know if this is going to mean when we retire one day, or whether somehow we can pull it off before that. Hopefully we could pull it off before that, because it would suck if we can only do this when we retire. But we are, our trips are going camping and going fishing. We don't go on extravagant. I've never been to Hawaii. We don't just do those kind of trips. So going to overseas would be a big jump for us. But I have a dream, and that dream is starting to get more percolating in my body, which coffee kind of can do too, for the Spectrum Next. You guys overseas in the UK have it so good. You could just grab all these cassettes and all that stuff so easy, where in the United States you got to buy stuff, and shipping is a pain in the ass, and it's expensive, and it takes a long time. So it's a little harder for at least the stuff that I'm starting to really enjoy, the Spectrum. I love the Sinclair. I love everything about it, and I also have deviated to other computers like the Sam Coupe over here. Sam Coupe, excuse me. I'm going to have some people go, "It's Coupe! It's Coupe!" And I just did a video on Sam Coupe, and I said it the whole time. But now I just did a video, and I said Sam Coupe. So somebody's going to bitch and moan about it. I don't care. So, UK again. So it would be wonderful to take a trip over to England, Scotland, Ireland as the main crunch of things. And I'm going to try to time it to where there's some type of event going on, like a show that's Spectrum related or retro computer related. And what started making me dream even more about it is, if I timed it right, I have a lot of friends that I'm meeting over the internet here. And it would be wonderful to finally meet some of you one day face to face. sans is the proper word for it. Sans, yeah, without the pandemic stuff going on. So we don't have to have masks and stuff. We can share some brews, chat about retro computers and life in general. I love to find out more about just the computing part of my friends. And some of them probably into music, and some of them are into fishing or whatever it is. So I'm streaming. I'm starting to really dream heavily about it. And the Spectrum Next is what really has started making me think more about going on that big trip. So I'm going to try to time it just right. And I'll tell the wife, I'm not going to try to sneak it in there like, oh, I'm going to treat you to a trip over to the United Kingdom, and we're going to go to England and all these fun places. I'm going to tell her, I want to go play some Spectrum computer. And while we're there, we're going to also do some, husband and wife type of things. We've been married over 30 years, so we're kind of used to each other in that respect. So, yeah, dreaming about going on a big trip. So I blame you, Spectrum Next, for starting this whole cycle. It's been a couple years now that I've really dove into using Spectrum computers and Sinclairs and all these other things, and I'm having a blast. That doesn't mean some of my other things I enjoy in life, like fly fishing. I do that for both a living, and I also do it for enjoyment, and I still enjoy camping and all that. But a lot of my spare time is playing with old computers. I love it. And I'm getting older. I'm up in my 50s now, and in fact, I was going to town to buy some meds because I'm getting old, and I need some pills for that oldness. Probably most of you do too that are watching this video, because you're about the same age as I am. Whew. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this little deviation Nextmas video. I'm not going to play any games or anything like that. I just wanted to kind of let you know what's on my mind. And good old TJ here is dreaming about one day going overseas. And I'd love to meet some of you folks that I have met on the internets that seem really cool in online banter, and I'd love to be able to meet some of you and see what you're up to, both computer-wise and just what you do in life. It's kind of fun. So anyway, that's it for the video. Will I make any more Nextmas videos? This is number 8, I think. Did I say that at the beginning of the video? I don't think I did. But I think this is the 8th one. Somebody on my YouTube channel said, are you going to do 12 of them for the 12 days of Christmas? And I said, no. I did an advent calendar last year. I did one little short video every day for 25 days. That was a lot of work, even though they were dorky little skits. But no, this was just kind of a winging it and playing some games and stuff. I may have one other video in me by the time Christmas comes. So anyway, thanks for watching, and have a wonderful Friday. I think I'm going to go crack myself open a bottle of whiskey and have a little shot and say cheers to every one of you that I've made friends with over the internet in the last couple years. Happy Friday to you. See ya.